Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Jeremy and Andrew Show. And now, here are your hosts, Jeremy and Andrew.
Hello! Welcome to another wonderful episode of the Jeremy and Andrew Show. We appreciate you guys joining us as always on a Monday night. I'm Andrew G.
I'm Jeremy H. Hello, party people.
Hey. As always, check out the show, like, share, and subscribe to the show. That way we can get more people watching. We put out the show every Monday at 6 p.m., as you might know already. And if
Because
you don't,
it's Monday at 6 p.m. right now.
goddamn right. Now it's probably more around 6:03. So the last episode, there was a couple things that we didn't get into. We're going to get into those, so hopefully time hasn't passed and those things haven't altered too much. And at the end of this episode, stick around. You got to stick around to the very end of the episode. We got a pretty big announcement.
Yes, we do.
You could tell Jeremy's shitting his pants over here. So it's a big one. You're going to want to stick around for it, and you're going to want to hear it. So Andrew Tate and his brother, you know, they got arrested but in Romania a while ago. Like, they were detained in prison for alleged sex trafficking and different things, whatever. I don't need to get into what the charges were, but it was along those lines. And they were released. They've been out for a little while. And I guess, what was it, the Golden Globes or whatever that was just on with Kimmel?
I think that was the Oscars.
It's all the same shit to me. Yeah, the Oscars.
All the same garbage. In my
Kimmel,
personal
you suck.
opinion.
You're the worst. Propagandist. He's not a comedian. So apparently, like, during that, I guess Andrew Tate and his brother Christian, they had like, is it Christian or Tristan? Tristan, something like that. One or the other. They were having like a live stream, and they were just like shitting on the Oscars. Which initially, when they first got detained, that was a big part of that was like right before that he had talked shit on Greta Thunberg.
Mm-hmm.
So they're arrested again. They were like arrested in Romania for shit that happened in the UK. I think 12 years ago, something like that. I think it was back in 2012 allegedly. What do you think of all this? I mean, this is along the lines of the whistleblower and some of this other shit it's pretty scary. It's like if they want to take you out, they can take you out. That's what I feel like is happening here.
I kind of think there might be some validity to the Tate brothers. Like, not to the extent that, the Romans or the Romanians are making it out to be, but it's like Jesus Christ, could the Tate brothers stop with the hose?
Yeah. Well, Andrew Tate made a lot of money off of OnlyFans.
Yeah. Hoes have no loyalty.
Well, a lot of these women came out around like the first round, and they had like pretty positive things to say, like, that they did it. It wasn't against them. It wasn't, they weren't doing it forcefully. They were making good money. Like, so I don't know. I think there was also a couple other times where things that very outspoken people, you hear, they got these alleged sex charges against them, and then it went away. Like Russell Brand had like all this stuff that came out, and then that just went away. And they don't like him. He's always talking about Pfizer and Moderna and COVID and everything.
But there was a time in his life where he was a full-on sex addict.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, he was, and he admits that. Yeah. But I don't think it was like, again, none of these women ever came forward publicly. Like, it's like this stuff comes out of the woodwork, and then they either try to throw you in jail for it, or it never becomes substantiated, whatever that word is, and it just goes away. It gets memory hold and goes away. But it's like the powers that be kind of dangle this stuff out there too. I think a little bit to be like, hey, we can really cancel you at any time. Like, tread lightly here. That's what I think a lot of it is, because Andrew Tate is also a big threat to the globalists, because they want people to be weak, and he talks about being strong and doing different things as far as like what to put in your body, what not to put in your body. Again, that goes back to COVID too.
Yeah, he definitely is red pill AF.
Yeah, he's a big red pillar for sure. On the other side of the spectrum, the have you heard about Macron in France? Emmanuel Macron, right? Is that his first name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's her first name.
Her first name?
That's a girl's name.
Yeah. Well, his wife might allegedly not be a woman. Have you heard about this?
No.
Yeah, so there's been a big write-up
My
about
bottle
this.
just fell over. It was shocked.
Oh, shit. It fainted. Yeah, there's been a story coming out. Somebody did a bunch of research about Macron's wife. And first of all, they met when he was 15 years old and she was 25.
Okay.
She was like his school teacher or something. And apparently, she never acted on anything before. And then they got back together when he was in college later. And then they ended up, getting married, having 3 kids. Well, a lot of this stuff's coming out that's kind of like the same stuff about, Big Mike, Michelle Obama, allegedly, where, there's no pictures of her pregnant. Apparently, the person that they're saying is Macron's wife before she would have transitioned, allegedly. I got to say allegedly a lot here. Would have transitioned, would have been the brother. So they're saying the brother was 15 years old, then the brother disappeared, and then out of nowhere, this person emerges, which I guess it's Brigitte Macron now, but I think... Brigitte Macron, but they're saying Jean Pierre, or something, not that's the press secretary. I gotta... It's very interesting, it's very confusing.
I feel like...
It's pretty fucking wild.
I feel like if all that shit is true, that... only in France, those surrender monkeys.
Yeah, they're pretty experimental, I guess.
Yeah.
They tend to get pretty out there from a exploration standpoint.
Allegedly,
French kissing. Yeah.
Allegedly, Jim Norton's wife is French.
Is she really?
No.
Oh, okay. You're just making the transsexual reference joke.
Yes.
That's what I thought you were doing initially, but then I was like, maybe. So yeah, it's just funny because it's like you have Macron and his wife, and then there's obviously a lot of talk about Michelle and Barack. And then there's all these pictures floating around of Justin Trudeau and Macron, and when they're together, they're like very like lovey. They like gaze into each other's eyes. They're always like giving each other big hugs and like kissing each other, and it's like, yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is I don't know. I mean, there's quite a collage of these pictures too, so it's pretty. There's something to it, I think.
And there was that rumor that Barack was gay. Gay.
Yeah, and his chef disappeared, and yeah, that person came out talking about doing cocaine and hooking up with Barack Obama, and yeah, there's been a lot of smoke there too. Not any fire, but I mean, his chef died.
Well,
in 8 feet of water.
Well, they can't swim.
Yeah, allegedly. Except a bunch of videos came out with this guy doing the fucking backstroke. Like, he's in the pool doing like laps like crazy. I don't think he knew how to swim, but I think he learned how to swim. And if you don't know how to swim, then I don't think you'd be on a paddle board, without a life jacket on. That's just me, though. A lot of people don't even know that this happened. Like, a lot of people. Look this shit up, people. Obama chef died. And then, like, a week later, Obama was playing golf and had his finger all patched up and had a black eye. But I'm sure that it was all just coincidence. And then we also have the TikTok ban. So by the time this comes out, the bill has been passed, but now they have to, take it to the Senate or whatever, and then that has to get passed from there. So it looks like it's going to happen. The numbers are looking like they're all pretty much on board with passing this shit. What do you think about that?
Oh, I think this is one of those times when I'm willing to give away a little bit of freedom to get rid of TikTok. It is clear it's owned by a Chinese front company, and that is a clear threat to United States national security.
Yeah, I think it's an issue that there seems to only ever be one, right? They tried to put out Threads that kind of failed. Like, yeah, Instagram has their reels and they're good, but TikTok, like everybody was driven to TikTok. Like the app blew up overnight. YouTube, everybody uses YouTube. Yeah, there's Rumble, but you really have to be using YouTube. And there's a bunch of other ones too, Odyssey, and there's a bunch locals. There's quite a few different platforms out there. But you got to be on YouTube. You got to be using Google as your search engine. You got to be all these things just become so prominent so quickly that it's almost the same thing with the two-party system. It's either you got to vote Democrat or Republican. No other nomination has a chance of winning. It's all pushed to have that control, and if it's I just don't understand why can't there be another company that's very similar to TikTok. I mean, TikTok, they could just take it out of the App Store and somebody else could come in and they could just put it it's controlled for a reason. It's there for a reason. I'm worried that with the TikTok ban, they're going to use that if they can in any way to try to shut down, more speech on Twitter, X, and Truth Social, because that's Elon and Trump's platforms, and that's where you're going to get a lot of information leading up to the election that they're going to want to silence and control, which they were able to do in the last election.
But you have active. You think Elon's going to sit by and watch his company get fucked?
I don't know, man. He hired that World Economic Forum chick to be the new CEO or whatever, and I don't know. Elon, I go back and forth with him all the time because with all the stuff that he's doing, really, that's great. There's also that thing in the back of your head where it's well, yeah, he might just be playing for the other team because he wants to put chips in your brain. He wants to track everything you're doing. He wants to have the app that's one singular app, just like they have in China. So there's a lot of things that makes me question Elon a little bit because nobody generally gets that powerful without them wanting them to get that powerful. I mean, you think Jeff Bezos really was able to take Amazon from a shitty book company to what it is today without a little help by the CIA? Now they got Alexa in everybody's houses, listening and spying on everything you do. Not that they weren't doing that with cell phones before, but
you've had one too many of them.
No, I didn't. I'm just starting to speak rationally here. Also, at the same time that this TikTok ban get passed from the bill, Canada just rolled out new online laws too. So it's all these fucking places are in lockstep with one another. Nothing seems to be, oh yeah, they're doing their own thing. There's so many countries that are having elections right now. This internet regulation stuff is starting to come out everywhere. And like I said in the last episode, that guy got arrested for having a meme. He put in jail for a year for having a meme that he posted in a private group. So it's getting a little bit scary. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
I don't know either.
Neither of us are allowed to have guns, so.
I'm pretty sure I could acquire a firearm.
No, I know. We could both get guns.
Not you.
No, probably not. Not with this shirt on. I might have actually had to blur this shirt. Hopefully I don't get a strike for having this shirt on. If I do, it's because of Luke at We Are Change, you bastard. You got me a strike. So I mean that was the news that we had from the last time. I'm sure there's a lot of shit that's happened in between. So don't hate on us if we only gave you part of the story here and we don't give you the rest of it because we're shooting this a little bit early on here. Jeremy, what else should we get into here? Because we ran through a shit ton of news and comedy in our last show. And despite our big announcement at the end here, we don't have much else on the docket. So,
for once, I actually added something.
Oh, that's right.
It
didn't get on here. Son of a bitch. Yeah, let's go over that. We missed that. That's good.
Yeah, I just saw today that one of the greatest brand ambassadors of our time, Dylan Mulvaney, is doing stand-up.
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Now, everybody has to boycott stand-up comedy.
like he's not good.
No, I mean, it's interesting because Dylan Mulvaney does have a theater background.
Yeah.
Was in Book of Mormon. I know that. I don't know what else she's done, but for somebody that is relatively comfortable on stage and has put out a shit ton of TikToks, no talent at all. You get on stage with a microphone, absolutely no talent at all.
His from what I saw, like it's only short, like 30-second clips. I'm embarrassed to be in the same industry as him.
Well, I don't think you technically are. I don't think.
No, I'm not getting paid.
No, but I don't think I would consider Dylan Mulvaney to be a stand-up comedian either, though.
I barely consider him a person. You're gonna have to put something over the top saying that is.
That was great. The little snowflake.
The opinions of Jeremy are just his.
The other episode when you said to kill yourself, and I had to put that everybody's a snowflake. So, yeah, there's always a disclaimer, when we talk about certain things here. It's interesting what other people do end up having to censor, like on YouTube and stuff. Like I've watched Stand Up on the Spot a few times, and they say like porn, or rape, or suicide, or whatever, or kill, and they like blank out all those words. So maybe me just saying them in succession like that is going to get us a strike. But I don't understand. I mean, it's supposed to be a relatively free speech platform.
Bullshit.
Yeah, I mean, they more and more they have more and more regulations.
You're probably going to have to
we got to get on Rumble.
We're going to get a strike for me talking about the Jews.
All right, you're talking about the Jews?
No, just saying the Jews.
Just in general. Oh, yeah.
The Jews.
No, they've all gone underground at this point. They're getting ready for the apocalypse. We might be fried right now. Every time
you're fried.
Every time we shoot an episode, I'm like, I don't know if we're gonna make it. If we're all gonna still be here by the time this goes out.
But like one of the jokes that Dylan Mulvaney did is like, I can beat a conservative dude at beer pong, and conservative women, their kids call me mommy. Like, no, they don't.
Now the audience was like giggling and laughing, right? Because it was like a
tepid laughter of a bunch of leftist assholes.
It's like they knew that they had to laugh because it's like we can't just be totally silent because that would
But like
this person's being driven towards suicide every single day.
But like other Dylan Mulvaney engagements, like the it's empty. Like he did something at Penn State where the whole auditorium's basically empty.
It's like a Biden speech.
Yeah.
What do you think of Biden's State of the Union? He was pretty amped up.
Yeah, I wonder what kind of
oh yeah, they had him jacked up on something good.
Yeah, they had his son get the good stuff from Colombia. Allegedly.
There was just a quote that came out. He said, inflation's the lowest it's been, or is the lowest. What did he say? He said something about inflation, but then he said the lowest country in America or whatever. He said country in America. It's like, man, he's really gone.
Yeah, bullshit gas in the city's like $3.55.
Yeah, but a lot of that, it was really bad in the beginning because when he came in and shut down the Keystone pipeline and then used up our oil reserves and sold a bunch of stuff to the Saudis, and then he tried to actually go and get sympathy from the Saudis, and they told him to go kick rocks.
Now we're buying oil from like Venezuela.
Yeah, well, we started drilling again a bit, so that's helping the prices come down. But that leading up to the election, he knew he was getting killed on that shit.
Oh, I'm highly assuming the closer that November comes, gas prices are gonna miraculously dip.
There's a pic. I hope I have a screenshot of it. I'll have to put it up. But somebody's account where they're like, you see it all the time. Would be like, oh, the president doesn't control gas prices, blah blah blah. And then it's the same person's account like months later, and it's like, wow, thank you, Joe Biden, for bringing down the gas prices. Like blah blah. Like you're such a great president. And it's like, yeah, you people are just fucking shills. It's probably just a bot account, but
he's a fucking shyster, that fucking asshole.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, the president doesn't control gas prices. Gas prices just do their own thing after you blow up one pipeline, you shut down the other pipeline, and then you kill your oil reserves. I mean, you do all those things. Gas prices just do their own thing, but it's a reflection of all the shit that you fucking do when you're in office. Yeah, you're right though. We'll probably get closer and closer to the election, and the prices will just slowly go down more and more and more. And then they'll just try to say, "Look how great everything is." I don't know. They're not going to be able to get prices down in the grocery store fast enough, though.
No, they're not.
Everything's just so fucking expensive.
And it's like the little things that you like, which was cheap before. Now they're still cheap, but it's still like 300% higher than it was.
Yeah. That was Janet Yellen or whatever came out and said like, oh, inflation's transitory. Said that like a year ago. Mm-hmm. Now she just came back out saying like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that. It's not transitory. Like usually that's a few weeks or a month or whatever. And yeah, it's not.
This reference is totally, you're not going to get it. Mm-hmm. But Janet Yellen sounds like Stalker Patty from the Opie and Anthony show.
Mm. What? Explain. I don't know that character. The name itself, or like the character, like she
her
as a
voice.
person. Oh, her voice sounds like it. Yeah. I gotcha. I thought what she was saying or something.
No, that mopey, like New York City voice that makes you want to put a gun to your head.
It drives you to eat a bagel with locks on it.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh man.
But like soda at a restaurant used to be like $1.25. Mm-hmm. Now it's like $3.99.
Yeah, I know. I got like a club soda the one day, and it was like $3, and I was like, "What are you doing? This is tap water, basically, like from your fucking gun." I would have just gotten tap water if you were going to charge me that. It's ridiculous.
Like the Chinese buffet used to be like $4.75. Now it's like one price, lunch or dinner, $15.
Well, first of all, if it was $4.75, I would not trust eating there. And second of all, that is quite the jump. Yeah, I mean everything's so expensive, especially. Yeah, if you're doing meat and seafood and stuff like that, it's gonna be very pricey. Yeah, everything's going up so much, it's fucking nuts.
Yeah, I at this point, I've made up my mind who I'm gonna vote for. Basically, for the
other guy.
Yeah. Can you put like a little autism meter like going up right here?
Yeah, we haven't shown our autism tests in a while. For anybody that's new out there, Jeremy and I, we took autism tests when we first started the show. And we'll just put up my graph and Jeremy's graph, and they're pretty self-explanatory. What they
Occasionally
represent.
it creeps out, but getting back to my other point, yeah, I would still vote for Donald Trump if he came over to my house, kicked my cat really hard, and called it the N-word.
Yeah, if he walked in the door and just grabbed it by the pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah, Trump train. It's insane because like he's gained so much momentum in a lot of Democratic states. It's other than illegals voting for Biden, I don't really know how they're going to pull this thing off, but they're definitely going to try to steal it.
Oh yeah,
for sure.
There's no doubt in my mind.
They've already tried to by keeping Trump off the ballots. Like it's blatantly obvious. So.
And that was such a fuck job that even the liberal Supreme Court justices voted to put him back on the ballot.
Yeah, I mean that's just a blatantly obvious. You know, you're taking away the America's right to choose right there. Yeah, it's madness. And then just the crime. They're saying that crime is like low. They're showing this graph of like crime going down. Everybody knows that crime is through the roof right now.
Well, the numbers look like that because you're not arresting the criminals.
Yeah, they're not arresting them. Exactly. They're sending them back out. So crime's through the roof. I mean, it's already rampant, but then these people that are committing crimes are able to go free, cashless bail. And yeah, it's like it's just not being counted as a statistic. So yeah, they can say that crime's gone down, but it's all such a manipulation. And I think that's what really scares me about the TikTok ban is like if they are able to get rid of, put some regulations on Twitter and Truth Social. But it seems like the big regulation is just the Chinese soil, right? Like they can't be on Chinese soil. Like their servers on Chinese soil, like that can't be. That's part of the bill, I think. But you know, why even bother doing that when you have China buying farmland? Like that's a big concern. I think we shouldn't. You can't have like a foreign adversary who's trying to take over and infiltrate, and Fang, you got a Chinese spy. This is they're infiltrating the colleges, and then not only that, but then you got them actually being able to purchase farmland.
They're coming over the border.
And they're coming over the border. Yeah, they're coming over the border.
Little ching chongs walking right along with the Mexicans.
Yeah, they're learning how to do it on their TikTok. They're seeing videos on how to come over. Yeah, because in China, if the kids that watch TikTok over there, it's not TikTok like it is here.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah, they're actually learning like math and science and history and I mean I've seen videos of like kids putting the guns together and
obeying your leaders.
Yeah, I've seen them out in the street with like guns and shit too. Like, who knows how real that stuff is? But I mean, I believe it. They're getting that generation ready for war. Where over here they're getting the generation ready to wear makeup and high heels, whether you're a girl or a boy. Yeah, because like even TikTok over there, it's got like a curfew on it for kids. And then over here, it's just like short video after short video. They show in kids, there's studies coming out that it actually causes basically what would be like dementia. Like it actually like create like part of your gray matter of your brain is actually like deteriorated as much as it would be like through dementia for like young kids watching like shorts and TikTok videos and shit like that. So it's a weapon. It's pretty fucking wild.
I'm gonna be pissed if I find out that Red Clips is owned by the Chinese government.
Red Gifts?
Yeah, Red Gifts.
I gave you that one, didn't I?
No, I was jerking off to that.
Oh, you already knew about that? I thought I gave you that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna be pissed if I find out that TikTok.
No, it's just bad for your endurance.
No, it's not. It's bad for your endurance.
No, it's bad for your when you're watching short clips like that, you want to be able to last longer, but or you want to be able to pop one off before work, whatever. All right, we got a big announcement we got to get to. It's the end of the episode. Jeremy, do you want to do the honors?
Yeah, recently I went to the doctors because I wasn't feeling too good. I had some like mysterious rashes.
Yeah.
It turns out that I am AIDS negative, but I'm HIV positive.
There you go. April Fools, bitches. Thanks for watching till the end of the episode. Keep watching the show. We love spending Monday nights with you. As always, I'm Andrew G.
I'm Jeremy H.
And we will see you guys next week. Bye.
Hey, thanks for watching the Jeremy and Andrew Show. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. New show every Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern.